seek refuge in God from the evil of Satan. In the name of God, the most merciful, the most compassionate, may the peace and blessings of God be upon Muhammad and his blessed family. Once again with another class on emotional intelligence, class number 38, the marital problem due to not having developed emotional intelligence. Look, brothers, there are always differences among us, between us, and even within myself, there are differences. I am different today than I will be tomorrow. I was different yesterday than I am today. So to what extent can a person align with my emotions, my thoughts, with everything? That is impossible. In a marriage, differences in opinions are normal because we are two different human beings. I like this color, she likes another color. I like this food. Today I have an appetite for vegetables. She has an appetite for chicken. I have an appetite for this. She has an appetite for something else. That is normal because we are two different human beings. Every human being experiences a different feeling each day, a different emotional state, and their thoughts will change. You in the year 2000, in the year 2010, in the year 2020, every 10 years, maybe you will change 100% or more. Some people are walking towards a place and then they will find it. 100% they have changed and are arriving in reverse. These are normal things in life. But well, in a marital life, we will always have differences. When we are going to have differences, a person with developed emotional intelligence will understand it saying, look, yes, my emotions are different from my wife's emotions. That is difficult for me because she does not feel like I do. A girl says, well, it's difficult for him not to feel like I do. It's normal because he is another human being. He will do his best to understand and comprehend that difference. But an emotionally weak person whose emotional intelligence has not been developed is someone who is controlled by their emotions. So when they are angry, everyone else must be silent, and everyone must feel sadness because they are angry. When he is happy, everyone must be happy because the king is happy. That is how they are. Because they are crazy, because they have not allowed their emotional intelligence to develop, because they are selfish. These people always suffer. Why? Because you are not the king, because you cannot impose your emotions, your feelings on others. So since others do not imitate you, do not follow you, we cannot say they obey your emotions. And many times they are unknown. How am I supposed to follow you in an emotion that you haven't really explained to me? How do you feel, sir? Your Majesty, explain it to me. It's not that I like that you send, well, explain it to me. Many times men and sometimes women demand the impossible from their partner. Once you must explain what you feel, no, he must understand that I am angry. And where does your anger come from? Where does it come from? Why are you angry? What has happened to you? And she demands that the man can have, we can say, that feeling to be able to guess what is happening to her, right. If he truly loves me, then he must discern what my problem is. Where from? How? How am I going to discover you? No, you should do it. If you loved me, the truth is you should understand that I am upset right now. Do you need to understand that nowadays I like chicken or meat or I don't know, soup or what? The truth is a big problem, a serious problem. Even so, some people, when a conflict or a fight is about to happen, afterwards do not know how to resolve the problem that arises from the fight. That is worse. That is even worse. Why? Because when a fight or an argument has occurred, one has insulted the other, one has offended the other, God forbid, but this is happening. Because when they encounter an emotional difference, more than anything, they cannot handle it due to their weak emotional intelligence. This leads them to clash, to fight. After the fight, we have another problem, the post-fight conflict. So, what do weak people and intelligent people do? Intelligent means that they have developed emotional intelligence, not intelligence that is just for thinking, receiving. No. Well then, let's look at people. We can have weak people, strong people, and weak individuals. What do weak people do when a fight happens. They start to think about the points that will differentiate them. Look, I think this way, my husband has this different thought. It means that they will focus on the conflict, on difficulties, on problems, on disunity. They think this way. What are the points that will divide us? A strong person will manage their negative emotions, will handle their hatred, and will say very well, this is my partner, I want to live with her. This is my husband, I want to live with him. So he says, I'm going to think it over, how to manage my ego, my hatred, my anger. He manages it well. So he says, if I want to love her, I must look for the common points between me and her. Through the common points, we will reconnect, and then we will fix the problems one by one. Once again, we come back united. Do you understand? If you who are now separated want to reunite that family unit, you must look for common points. You will come together one by one and you will resolve the problems. But when you insist on the points of difference, on different emotions, saying you don't understand me and attacking, it won't work. And those people who focus on the points of difference then say, I am selfish, I am not going to change. Very well, then who should change? My partner. So they blame all the guilt on their partner. These people always blame their partner. Do you want to know if you are one of them? Look, brother, look, sister, if you are always complaining, why are you complaining? The complaint is, I disagree with your attitude. You do not pay attention to me, so I will resist. That resistance in criticism is called a complaint. Today I tell you, look, you have the problem. Tomorrow I tell you, the next day I tell you. You insist so much on the complaint and it doesn't get done. And many times, unfortunately, there are some sisters who have that flaw and they are harmful to men. Harmful to men. It says that a man, listen carefully, these anecdotes are a reflection of our real life. It says that a man was at his wife's funeral and was laughing. Listen carefully. The man at his wife's funeral was laughing when they asked him what was wrong. Now, you are next to the corpse of your wife, 2009, your shoulder against her corpse. You are there, stuck close to your wife's coffin, looking at her corpse and laughing. Aren't you ashamed? How shameless you are. They started to criticize the man. The man said, the truth is what has happened to me. Who is it going to pass to? That person also can't hold back. They are going to laugh. They are going to smile. They are going to burst into laughter. He can't hold it in. He can't resist. He's going to laugh. What's wrong with you? He says, I've lived with her for 50 years. Never has there been an opportunity where I am indeed always by her side, but she does not complain. It is very rare for me, for the first time that I am outside the house with her on the street, and she is not complaining to me. Sisters, 2009, please, if you want your life to be united again, do not complain to your husband. Complaining destroys. Even if you speak the whole truth, if you express it in the form of a complaint, it completely destroys your husband. And the destroyed man is good for nothing. The destroyed man is, as we can say, so troubled, he will become so aggressive, he will become so impatient, he will become so violent. So the only thing she will receive is rudeness. And I am not justifying the bad actions of men. I am explaining the reaction of a weak person. A weak woman complains, a weak man reacts aggressively. So, let's go back. How can we resolve our marital problems? First, let us acknowledge that we have differences. And secondly, let us do our best to understand our differences. Recognizing the differences, yes, that exists. I respect it. I understand it. I do my best. I take off my own shoes. I put on her shoe. I put on my partner's shoe. And then, well, many times due to our weakness, we fall into fights, into arguments, and that is horrible. But after these fights are over, we will reconcile family life again. How? Focusing on the points that unite us, not blaming our partner, not looking for ways to place the blame on her, on my partner, on my husband, on my wife. None of that. Do not criticize your partner through complaints. Instead, Look for common points to unite again based on respect, trust, and love. And this gradually helps you reach an understanding and resolve issues. All of this means the development of emotional intelligence and the practical need to practice. We look forward to your comments. If you like this video, brother, share it with all the brothers. Many people are suffering from this problem. May God bless you. A strong hug, peace and joy.